This idea is from the mind of Joey. We've been trying to get this on the show all week. Luckily, we've had a lot of content, which is great. Now, could the Rangers make MLB history this season? I have a very specific history in mind because Joey sent me this article. So, in the divisional era, which began in 1969, could the Rangers have the biggest jump in victories year over year? Now, my little note I'm going to tell you about Joey with this, and I appreciate that. He sent this article along to me and just added but except for the Rangers and not the Orioles, because the article was all about the Orioles and what they did last year. And
yeah, it was like a year-old article.
Yeah, I appreciated the clarity.
But just about the Rangers instead.
Then also, I was like, does Joey think I'm an idiot? I would have figured that out. Now, the Rangers last year, they won 68 games. Right now, they are on pace to go 106-56.
All right.
Just think about that for a minute, by the way. That's crazy. They have the second best record in Major League Baseball, obviously going up against the team with the best record. But they're on pace right now to go 106-56. That would be an improvement of 38 wins year over year.
I would also say this. That would be the most wins in a single season by far for Bruce Bochy in his career.
And the most for the Rangers.
The most he's ever had is 98. And that was with San Diego. The Padres won the NL pennant, but not even the championship that year. So that was in 1998. The three championship years, Kevin, 92 wins, 94 wins, and 88 wins. That was a weird one, but yeah, 92 and 94, but never 106. I don't think they can do it.
Sure.
That just seems like too much.
But if this team finished with 94 wins, don't you think people would still be like, holy crap?
And it wouldn't even be one of those things where you're just looking at it and just going like, man, that was a good year and it'll never happen again. That would be whatever they're doing this year, expect that for a few years, in my mind. Now, we've talked about this is the year to go ahead and ramp it up, get your relief pitcher, trade some things away. But I think within that window, you still have a few years of good pitching and the ability to be in that spot. So I think this is just it's not just a magical season. It's a great feeling, but this season is more to come with this Rangers team.
And along those lines, with the pace, I'm pretty sure the Rangers' best record ever is 96-66, and that would be, thank you, Carter. That would be in 2011. That's the best Texas Rangers team ever. I realize the heartbreak that comes along with that, but just imagine that. Right now, the Texas Rangers are on pace to have 10 more wins than the best team in Rangers history, which is wild. But here's where it gets even wilder. This would be the most improvement in the divisional era. As it stands right now, only 5 teams ever have gained 30 or more games. So,
you know all those teams?
Yes, I do. You didn't think I did you?
Name them all.
I will. The 1993 San Francisco Giants, the 2008 Tampa Bay Rays, the aforementioned 2022 Baltimore Orioles, the 1989 Baltimore Orioles. Though remember, that was the team that the year before, I think, started 0-20 or something like that and went on to win 54 games. And the 1999 Arizona Diamondbacks. All of those teams improved by 30 or more games. I think 30 or more is a reasonable goal. If you think 106 wins, which would be an improvement of 38, is too many, and that is not reasonable. I tell you right now, the Rangers can win 98 games this season. Do you think that's doable?
Let's go ahead and book our trip to the World Series for one. But yes, I do think that's doable.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And that would put them in elite company in the divisional era. They would be only the 6th team to ever get it done. So in a year where we're just talking about amazing achievement after achievement after achievement, the Rangers could put themselves in position to accomplish another amazing achievement.
Here's the reason I think they can as well. I think they have the talent finally. They were void of talent for a very long time.
Yes.
And that turned off a lot of Rangers fans. I get that, man. It was brutal for a while. Hey, we built this new stadium that costs a whole bunch to have these sweet seats up front. But our team's not any good, so good luck. And I also understand, like, when COVID hit and you built the stadium, it wasn't necessarily the right time to go throw money at players, I guess, if that's your excuse.
I actually will say, to a certain extent, I do see that. I also wonder if they were like, we're so terrible.
Yeah. But the reason I think they can do it is, and I don't know how much Bochy has to do with this, but if they ever veer off of it, I hope he knows how to rein it back in, and I believe he does. They focus on today. They don't look at a series and go, hey, we can take this third game off because we need to start thinking about, like, I know you were talking about that the other rest for this Tampa series, and you could have had 3 in a row, whatever. If they focus on their daily task and they don't get too far ahead of themselves. That's where, for me, just seeing their ability to tackle what's ever right now and each game is important, that's where they are. And so they're not in a place where they're too caught up in what happened already or caught up in a loss. Actually, if they lose, they get ticked off about it and bounce back even better. So that's the kind of mentality that is best in baseball throughout a season, because every day the grind's already there. It's 162 games. It's a long season. The grind is already there. What are you going to do within it? And that's where the Rangers are at their best right now.
And the thing that I love is you just said, you mentioned Bochy, and then there's a lot of people out there who want to give credit to Maddox.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people out there who want to give credit to Chris Young. And then you go into the line. I want to give credit to Simeon.
Adolis, Seager.
Yes, that's a great point. Our next person wasn't even the same. Yeah. There was a time when you were like, thank God for whatever your chosen player in the moment was. But now, if you want to go with Garcia or Heim or Duran or
Nate Lowe.
Yeah, or Lowe, who, by the way, is going to face off against his brother this weekend, or Evaldi or Gray or whoever it is for you. And every time I stop and get ready to say the next part of the sentence, then I'm like, ooh, I don't want to leave out Will Smith. Ooh, I don't want to leave out Dane Dunning. Is that shows you how much fun and how amazing this season could be.
I'm pretty sure, like this, there was a time when you would go out to the stadium and you would probably see number 5 Seager jerseys everywhere.
Sure.
And that was about it. Everybody's looking for all these other jerseys right now. Like everybody wants to, they want to wear, they're picking a player on this team and saying, that's my guy. He's doing something special. He's different than that other guy. And I'm going to have, so I'm betting if you ask right now, the fan text, say, which jersey do you want right now? You're not going to get a single answer. You're going to get a bunch of different answers. And that's what you want out of your team. Like Will Clark said, a cast of characters. You want the whole group to be at a level that they're at right now. And that is, they all believe they can do it. They all have a little piece of this sign that said believe on it at one time. And they all put it like in their sock or behind a little photo or in a book.
National team photo.
Maybe a book that their coach gave them before the season, something like that. So that's where this team is mentally right now.
How many people get that reference?
7.
877-881-1053 is from the 817. What was the Vegas over-under? If I recall correctly, I believe it was 79.5. And I told you right now they're on pace for
that would have been huge too.
Yeah.
That would have been a significant bump from what they did last year. It would have been 10 wins.
My prediction and my hope for was 84, which that's a 16-game improvement. Now it feels like 94 is a likely outcome. And right now they're on pace for 106 wins, which is wild. And then from the 682, I don't know this information offhand, but you're right about the awards people. How many times has a team had MVP, Cy Young, Rookie of the Year, and you can look at it and say, Josh Young. Josh Young is the favorite for American League Rookie of the Year. Marcus Semien, and then they put Evaldi/Gray for Cy Young. So think about it. Not only do you have a live MVP candidate and a front-running Rookie of the Year candidate, they said, or one of these 2 Cy Young candidates, and I know the Rangers didn't play last night, but it feels like a celebration of them as well.